This is Volusia Today, a public information radio program brought to you by the County of Volusia. Here is your host, Kevin Captain.
Good morning and welcome to Volusia Today. I'm Kevin Captain with the county's Community Information Division. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning. Volusia Today is made possible by our sponsors, the Daytona Beach International Airport, the Ocean Center, Volusia Recycles, and Votran Public Transportation. Today, my co-host is David Hunt. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning, Kevin. How's it going?
I'm great. So we've got two super guests in the studio today, Debbie Miehls from the Southeast Volusia Visitors and Convention Bureau, and Chief Tammy Malphurs with Beach Safety, Ocean Rescue. And Dave, we got to talk to them both about the article on February 2nd that the USA Today, I think they quoted Travel Lens article saying that New Smyrna Beach, and I think even Ormond Beach was in that list, as the deadliest beaches in America. And I don't know about you, but I think that personally that is a grossly mischaracterized headline.
Yeah, you know how it is today. It's the clickbait. It's whatever catches somebody's eye and they click it. It gets the clicks. It turns the ad revenue. And in our job, sometimes we see this stuff and we got to confront it because, like you said, it's grossly mischaracterized. And today, I'm glad we got the experts in the studio to really put this to rest.
We do, Dave. Thanks. So, Debbie, what do you think of that article?
Well, clickbait is correct. I don't know how someone can just develop their own survey and put a point system to it. I know he went back and did some history on storms and stuff, but a storm is not usually contained in one area. But when you talk about sharks, you know, the oceans, the environment, we need them. They're apex predators. They clean the oceans. You know, they do a lot of good in the ocean and the waterways, and we have clean waters because of them. So I don't think anybody should fear the sharks. I think what we need to do is respect their territory that we're swimming in.
Well, yeah, it's where they live. And Tammy, the article on the headline, speaking of clickbait, it said, quote, deadliest. Have we had actual deaths on Volusia County beaches as a result of sharks?
Never. No, Volusia County has never had a fatality due to a shark bite. We have shark bites here in Volusia County. They're a bite and release type deal. You know, they bite us, they realize what they've bitten into, they release, and they take off. They're more afraid of us. So no deadly shark bites, and they're not attacks either.
You're right, because they often say that it's a shark attack.
Correct.
And many of our, just media throughout the country say that it's an attack. It's not. So it's
not. No, it's a bite and release type deal here. They don't like the way we taste. They bite into us, they let go, they take off. We've never had a deadly attack. We've had, some bites, some more severe than others, but most of the time people walk out on their own accord and go get, first aid or whatever they need. So never a deadly bite here in Volusia County.
Yeah, and I'm a surfer, and I think like grossly mischaracterized, obviously, because when I'm out, I do a lot of paddleboarding as well, and you're out there paddleboarding, and there's sharks everywhere. They're 3 to 4 foot. They're always out there, and they're just cruising along, minding their own business. They don't want nothing to do with you.
Correct.
And I remember when I did junior lifeguards when I was a kid, and it was, they said a fact to me that stuck with me ever to this day. It's usually mistaken identity, right? It's the hands that look like fish in the water and the feet that kind of look like fish in the water, and they bump into you to give a bite, and then they're on, like you said, that you don't taste well, and they're on the way.
Yeah, many times they're chasing, pods of bait fish, and you just happen to get in the way, is basically what it comes down to.
And there are like some signs. I don't know if somebody who's just visiting the beach might notice the signs, but people who've been here a lifetime, there are signs for when some of that activity might be taking place, correct?
Absolutely. The number one thing we tell people, it's so important to swim in front of that staff lifeguard tower. They're up on that tower. A lot of times they can see a shark way before you can see it. And if they do see a shark, they'll have everyone come out of the water temporarily just as a precaution. But a lot of times if you're in the water and you see birds diving down into bait fish, or you see big pods of bait fish, you might want to get out of the water temporarily until those pass.
And I'm not going to lie, I've lived here my whole life, and I want a little ding just as like a little scar there to tell a little shark bite story, So I'm still waiting for mine. But
it's a badge of courage.
You're making your own headline, Dave.
Exactly. So we pretty much just dispelled it. Sharks aren't this huge danger, attack monsters, but we do have dangers on our beach, and in our surf zones. What is the main danger on our beach and in our surf zones?
Rip currents. Rip currents are the #1 danger on Volusia County beaches. That's why it's so important. The most important and basic thing to remember is swim in front of those staff lifeguard towers. When you come to the beach, no matter where you go, get on that beach where there's a lifeguard tower, and you can talk to that tower guard, and you can find out what to do to be safe for the day. They'll tell you the safe bathing limit and anything else that you need to know.
So for anybody who maybe has not yet come to visit New Smyrna Beach, or even for those that live here, if they've read that article, Debbie, what's your message to them?
Well, I want them to realize that New Smyrna Beach and Volusia County is very authentic. We are very natural in our appearance, and we like to keep that way. So, you have North America's most biologically diverse estuary. That's like going to Fresh Foods for a shark, and you've got everything there. We've got dolphins, manatees, right whales, you name it, every fish. We're the capital of so many fishing species. So it's also called nature's nursery. So just kind of be one with nature and be respectful. Like Tammy said, if you see the birds diving in or you see bait fish, listen to the lifeguards, and but don't be afraid to come. Please don't, because we have clean waters and good waters, and you'll have a great experience here. So.
And since the hurricanes, most of our beaches lost sand, but areas of New Smyrna Beach, oddly enough, received a lot of sand.
Yeah, it's interesting the way nature works. And along all of Volusia County beaches, as you can see as the months passed, the beach has a very natural way of building itself back up. So we're seeing a lot of that as well.
And we talk about it a lot, but that low tide mark is kind of the time to target the beach, because you can drive on the beach, and when the tide gets high, some of those places and zones are closed down. And this is a great point in the show, once again, to plug the Volusia Beaches app. Tammy, can you tell us a little bit about the Volusia Beaches app?
Yes, the Volusia Beaches app. Download it on your smartphone. It is a great app. It has all kinds of great information. Most importantly, it will tell you where those tower guards are for the day, but also it tells you where the beach access ramps are, if they're open, if they're closed due to high tide, or whatever reason it is, if it's a four-wheel drive only ramp. It gives you all kinds of great information. It has all the pedestrian access points and off-beach parking points, so download that app.
And I'm sorry, Dave, I know you've often said, too, about doing a little bit of homework before you go to the beach, because the beach is different today, but the app is really a great aid to show you all that information. It also explains the flag warning system that we use.
Yeah, absolutely. We either fly the yellow or red flag each day. We'll fly the purple flag if we're having some hazardous marine life like jellyfish or man of war washing up on shore. But yellow flag is for moderate rip current conditions. Red flag is for hazardous rip current conditions. And that app will tell you what flag we're flying for the day. And it has all kinds of great information. We lost a lot of our beach cams during the storms, but we're trying to get those back up.
So the purple flag's for dangerous marine life, and it was man of wars, and what was the other one you said? Jellyfish, and I didn't hear sharks in there.
No. They're always there.
Yeah, exactly. So the app is absolutely amazing. I was down Sunday, and I was watching it. I was right on that verge of the tide was dropping, and I was trying to drive on the beach, and everything was still closed, but I was watching it up to the minute. Real time it was updating, and I was able to find a ramp and get onto the beach.
Yeah, absolutely. And this time of year, our tides do come in a little bit stronger because of the surf. So during high tide conditions, most beach access ramps will be closed, so pay attention to those tides as well.
So we're talking with Deputy Chief Tammy Malphurs with Volusia County Beach Safety and Debbie Miehls with the Southeast Volusia CVB. We'll take a quick break, and our audio engineer, Jarrett, will not bring us back with any Jaws theme or anything like that. Stay with us.
We are Volusia County Beach Safety. We're here to serve Volusia County's 47 miles of unique coastline. You know, Volusia County Beaches. Yeah, those beaches. But also these beaches. We have millions of visitors every year, and we work around the clock to keep our beaches safe and beautiful. And you can help.
Swim near a staff lifeguard tower.
Pick up your trash. And fill holes. Identify, avoid, and escape rip currents.
Please leave the beach cleaner than you found it.
There we go. Look out for one another and keep an eye on kids, especially near the traffic lane and in the water.
See you at the beach!
Make the most of your day at the beach. Download the Volusia County Beaches app today. Sign up for real-time notifications on vehicle ramp openings and closings. Find staffed lifeguard towers. Get updates on tides and beach conditions, plus off-beach parking and coastal parks info. Volusia County Beaches app is available for your smart devices at the App Store and Google Play.
We're back. I'm David Hunt along with Kevin Captain, and you're listening to Volusia Today, a public information program brought to you by the County of
It is.
Volusia.
We're having too much fun today,
Yeah,
Dave.
we
We were talking at the break about what tune we want to play here, and we were thinking about Barracuda, and what was
Baby
the other
shark,
one, Tammy?
Baby shark.
How's it go? So, hey, it's spring break right now, Tammy and Debbie, and we just got done with Bike Week, and so you guys have been very busy. You're going to go into a busy season. What are things looking like?
The beach is busy. We're starting to see all those spring breakers trickle in different areas of the beach. So we're staying busy with that. Mostly they're well behaved, but we are seeing some violations, alcohol violations being the number one. Here in Volusia County, alcohol is strictly prohibited in any type of container, so it's not allowed on the beach at all. We want people to know that. We have a driving beach. Some of the kids tend to drink and go in the ocean. It's just not a good combination, so alcohol is strictly prohibited.
And one thing I will say from what I've heard with your team, when you approach a beachgoer that maybe is violating one of the rules, you gain for compliance. You're not going to come in right away and just
Absolutely not. We can tell, if someone knows if it's a violation, or if they're just there and they just got into town and they're having a drink. We know. We do ask them to pour it out or get rid of it, and we do try to gain compliance that way with just a warning. Sometimes that doesn't work, but most of the time it does.
From your perspective, is it busier than years past, or about the same, or more busy? What kind of you see?
Well, right now it's about the same spring break wise. I would say that Bike Week was a little bit busier than in years past.
Yeah, it seemed like a busy week.
It was a busy Bike Week. But with spring break right now, we're kind of on par, and we won't know probably for till the end of this week. We did get that cold front come through, so it kind of put a little bit of pause on some of the spring break action because of the cold weather. But we'll know more in about a week or two.
And it's awesome how the Coastal Division and you all have been working to get the access open, and it's just been ramping. It's since the hurricanes, it's been going nonstop. But this last couple weeks, the payoffs have been really great. And it's been awesome to see just all the work and the payoff, because it's been work for months and months and months and months, and it's finally starting to all come together, and things are starting to get done.
Yeah.
Debbie, if people are visiting the area, do they maybe want to stop by the visitor center and get some information? Where's that at? And tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, tourism is doing very well. March is historically our busiest month of the year, and with July being second, as far as volume goes, I would say it's pretty much on par from years before. Which is a good sign. And yes, we get a lot of people in the visitor center looking for things to do. We actually get a lot of residents now coming in because they have family coming down. We get a lot of people that have relocated, coming in saying, we just moved here and we want to know where everything is and what to do. So we have a lot of resources for them, both digitally and collateral pieces too as well.
And where's that at? Where's the physical location? Then where can people get information online?
We are on State Road 44. So we're over by John's Appliances behind the PNC Bank, and you can stop in. We are open from 9 to 5, and we have a lot of different information and a lot of resources we can help everybody with.
And speaking of resources too, we were talking recently about the app. If someone doesn't have the app on their phone or doesn't want to download it for whatever reason, everything that's on the app is also on volusia.org. So you can just click on volusia.org. On the very top of the web page, there's like a red slider bar. You can click that. That goes to our pin page. Or you can just do volusia.org/beach recovery. And it shows you all the walkovers that are open, the ADA access, the pedestrian access. So all that's also duplicated online as well.
That's great. And we also bring in the beach app and the Volusia County parks and trails information on our website. Visit nsbfl.com. And we also have a mobile app that you can download, and it's a native app, so it updates automatically. So you can get all of that information and dive locations, all of that good stuff there.
Yeah, it's an amazing app. I use it regularly. Right when I found out about it, I downloaded it, and I honestly check it like all the time. So it's an amazing app. Download it today. What else is going on the beach? Beach safety. Is there a lifeguard recruit?
Yeah, there is actually a seasonal lifeguard recruit class going on right now. It started on Monday. We've been through most of our tryouts, and our second recruit class will be March 25th, and that's a weekend class. It's 3 consecutive weekends, and you can find out all that information on volusia.org. But come try out, and it's the best summer job. You're sitting on the beach all day, and you get to actually save lives, and there's nothing better than actually saving somebody's life. So it's a lot of responsibility, but it's a great job, and it's well worth it.
And during the actual tryouts, Tammy, what are the requirements?
Well, you have to swim a 500-meter swim in 10 minutes or less, and you have to run a half mile in 3 minutes and 15 seconds, and you have to swim 50 yards in the pool in under 30 seconds. Now, there's a little bit of leeway when you first try out. If you don't quite make it, but you're close, we'll let you get through the class and work on your requirements. And as soon as you meet those requirements, you can start working.
Dave, have you done that? Can you do it?
I can do it. That's part of my training regimen. I got to be.
Well, he already said he was a junior lifeguard, so.
Well, perfect segue into junior lifeguarding, because that's coming up as well, too,
oh,
right?
Absolutely. Our junior lifeguard camps are coming up, and they're starting. Get on volusia.org beaches and find out all that information. You can start registering in April. So those are tryouts also. So the kids do have to try out. It's not a learn to swim program. They're in the ocean, and they're going to be learning a lot of great lifeguarding skills.
I learned to surf in junior lifeguard camp. I learned so much knowledge that stuck with me to this day. And I think there's different locations, right? So you got a Ormond location. There's one in Ponce Inlet, I think.
Yeah, we changed a couple of the locations because of the storms. We used to have one in Shores, but we had to change that location. But if you do get on volusia.org beaches, you can find out those locations. And it's a great segue into the actual lifeguard corps. We have a lot of junior lifeguards that have come up through and are now actual full-time lifeguards with us.
And I love the story, Tammy. Like you and Andy, the chief, you've made careers out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a seasonal lifeguard corps, but people tend to forget about our full-time officers. We're all lifeguards. That's our main focus. Is our whole staff of officers are lifeguards. So I started out as seasonal lifeguard. So did Chief Etheridge, and now look at us 26 years later.
It's just like the time went by in a blink of an eye, right?
It did.
And many of the staff are triple certified. What does that mean?
We're all lifeguards. So even you'll see those full-time officers in the lifeguard units, and those are lifeguards. So we have lifeguards, seasonal lifeguards, and then we have full-time people that are law enforcement officers, EMTs, and ocean rescue. And those are our triple certified, and those are the ones that you usually see in the trucks driving up and down the beach.
Very cool.
Very cool. And I'm down there at Beach Safety headquarters sometimes, and I feel like you're always talking to the media. You are the face. I see on TV, I look over, there's Tammy on my computer screen.
Yeah.
What's been some of the topics recently that you've been covering?
Some of it is the national lifeguard shortage. We're feeling the effects of that as well. We're looking to, get more lifeguards, seasonal lifeguards. We've been short the last couple of years. It's a national shortage, but it's affecting us as well. So some of that was some of the topics. Rip current safety. Number one, we rescue about 3,000 people out of the ocean each year. So that's, like I said, the number one danger in Volusia County. We have a lot of rip current rescues. And then, just spring break safety, alcohol's prohibited on the beach. You get to the beach, it's nice out. Kids start drinking early, in the day out there in the sun, and it's just not a good combination. So that's why it's strictly prohibited on the beach.
And just speaking of the beach again, since the pandemic, we've got more people that are able to work remotely, work from home. And so as a result, I think we see more visitors, more tourists, and more residents coming into Florida. Are you seeing that impact the tourism industry, particularly in Southeast Volusia?
Absolutely. We have a lot of condos and single-family homes in the new Smyrna Beach area, and we're finding that there's a lot of remote workers coming in and being able to stay longer and have that beach vacation and do what they need to do in the beautiful area, and go over, see the attractions and everything. So yeah, we definitely see that. We definitely see a lot of folks moving into the area, especially west of 95, and a lot of building going on. So that's adding to our base that people forget that we do have a lot more residents now. So traffic everywhere is going to be a little bit more heightened, but we tend to market very strategically. We try to make sure that we don't exasperate anything in our peak seasons, but we want, folks to come and be responsible, respect, the product and the natural resources that we have. So we try to make sure that we do that with our sustainability program, get that word out to come here and be like a local and protect it.
Can you tell us a little bit about just what it actually is? So what is Southeast Volusia CVB?
A lot of acronyms. CVB is Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Yeah, and all the
right?
different things
that's a
you
really
do.
good question, because as we grow and age in this industry, we are actually known as destination marketing, actually destination management organization. So we're more than just a convention and visitor bureau. So we work with economic development, with our cities, with our counties, our elected officials, to make sure the product continues to grow, and that we work on making the visitor economy gel with the existing infrastructure and city comprehensive plans. So when you think of it, we now speak more to the resident as well, which we always have, but it hasn't been. It's always been the heads and beds philosophy. And as we've grown as an industry, we realize if we don't have the residents understanding what we do, when the visitor comes, they're going to be maybe hostile, maybe not as welcoming, and we won't get that visitation. And we certainly don't want the restaurants to go away, because we know the locals can't sustain the restaurants that we have throughout Volusia County. So we need the visitation. And in Florida, we don't pay a state income tax, and that's because of tourism. So very important.
Very important. So how do you do that? Is it campaigns, or what's the outreach like?
Yeah, actually we have advocacy campaigns. Next week I'm going up to Tallahassee to meet with the legislators, kind of reminding them, and they're very supportive about tourism. I mean, after COVID, Florida was open, and Governor DeSantis depended on Visit Florida to get the word out, and all of the DMOs followed suit, and we got a lot of economic impact here in the state of Florida. So we didn't miss a beat, and there's still some states that are just rebounding from COVID, and some have not even come back yet. So we're very thankful for that. So it's a little bit of advocacy. It's, campaigns. We tout our natural resources. We're not a very big attraction area, but we kind of say we're the attraction without the distractions. So you can go to Kennedy, you can go to Orlando, you can go to all those places, but use this as a hub. Stay here and enjoy the natural attributes that we have.
And I think what I find interesting when you're talking about the marketing, how you're also marketing to the residents, because as a resident, I've got a lot of family and friends that come and visit on a regular basis. I mean, our guest room is there's constantly, it's a revolving door of people coming to visit. They're spending money, they're making visits, they're enjoying the beach.
Yes.
So are you able to get an idea of what those numbers are as well?
We're just starting to track that. Actually, we're doing a destination master plan, which we're unveiling and getting board approval at the end of April. And that will be rolled out during our National Tourism Week, which is the first week of May annually, and is global. And we'll be rolling that plan out to our industry and our stakeholders. So we're going to have a resident website, more resident events, and kind of just tying them in with everything else that we do. So we will start tracking that to try to see if we can see from them, the friends and families that come in and stay. And
that's interesting. There's numbers there for sure.
Oh, yeah, there is. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, we need them. There's no doubt.
We're talking with Debbie Miehls and Deputy Chief Tammy Malphurs. We'll take our last break and come back and wrap up Volusia Today. Stay with us.
We are Volusia County Beach Safety. We're here to serve Volusia County's 47 miles of unique coastline. You know, Volusia County Beaches. Yeah, those beaches. But also these beaches. We have millions of visitors every year, and we work around the clock to keep our beaches safe and beautiful. And you can help. See you at the beach.
Make the most of your day at the beach. Download the Volusia County Beaches app today. Sign up for real-time notifications on vehicle ramp openings and closings. Find staffed lifeguard towers. Get updates on tides and beach conditions, plus off-beach parking and coastal parks info. Volusia County Beaches app is available for your smart devices at the App Store and Google Play.
We're back. I'm David Hunt along with Kevin Captain, and you're listening to Volusia Today, a public information program brought to you by the County of Volusia.
Thanks, Dave. So, Debbie, we've got a couple minutes left for each you and Tammy. Any closing messages to our public?
Well, I would just say I want to thank all the residents and all of their friends and family for making this such a great area, and all our county employees and city staff and everyone. They do an amazing job, as you've heard from Tammy, every day. We wouldn't be much without them, so we appreciate that. But I would like to ask everybody to just ignore the hype, with some of these clickbait articles, and just enjoy the natural beauty and the great assets that we have, enjoying the marine life, and just try to appreciate it and give back to the community when you travel. Be a responsible traveler and be kind.
I got a great way to avoid the hype. Just follow County of Volusia on Facebook and Volusia County Beach Safety on Facebook. And do you have a Facebook?
Yes, we do. Visit New Smyrna Beach.
And that's all true information. No attention grabbing headlines. That's just the facts.
It's the primary source of the most factual information.
That's it.
Yep. Tammy?
What I have is we need lifeguards. Come out and be a lifeguard. We did increase our pay to $15 an hour, and we are offering a $500 bonus also for our seasonal lifeguards. So come try out, get the information about our next class. We really need you out there. And download our Volusia Beaches app. It's extremely important, and always swim in front of a staff lifeguard tower.
That's probably the most important message right there, right, Tammy?
Absolutely.
That last
It's
one.
the basic and most important message. Like I said, we rescue about 3,000 people out of the water each year. It's so important to be in front of those lifeguards.
Because they have the knowledge. They're there every day. They know what's going on. They know if there's the signs of danger. And you can walk up and you can talk to them. You can ask them.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
They're the front lines. They'll let you know what to do to be safe for the day.
And you've got all the information on like a little bit of a chalkboard right there on the
we have
chair.
the tides, all that information, water conditions. So, like I said, it's so important to be in front of those lifeguards.
Well, thank you both for being on the show today, Debbie and Tammy. And stay safe out there for sure.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
With that, we'll close Volusia Today. Take care, stay safe, and help your neighbors.
If you have a comment about Volusia Today, or if there is a topic you would like to hear featured, please contact Volusia County Community Information at 1-866-345-0345.